All right, Deku on the ground getting beat on like a stepchild, right? Lucifer went ahead and, teleport them somewhere else, a different part of hell. So Deku was like, huh? No, what's wrong, boy? Basically, is the mentalities these niggas having with this little nigga, right? He's like, oh, what's wrong? You was all hot shit earlier. What happened? These niggas on this nigga bumper, right? A female with caramel-like skin, black hair, and like this weird tint to her eyes. It's very conflicted because sometimes you swear it's red, sometimes you swear it's yellow, but you don't know. She pulls up on this nigga. Deku's like, wait, what? cut. Getting slashed and slashed and slashed with different weapons. And Deku's like, wait. Knee to the face, elbow to the chin. And just getting hit with these brutal life enders, right? Deku gets back up. He takes his stance, right? He puts his hands together, and then he starts throwing out like these like fireballs, basically blowing up the surrounding area. And he's like, "Ooh, caught me off guard." But before he could say anything else, the person that he was fighting, we're just gonna call her we'll just call it Erza, I guess. I don't know. And then Erza pulls up with like a motherfucking she puts the little shits she had together and make another, like a sword almost. Pulls up right behind Deku and then phew, going in with some mean slices. Deku's like, wait, what? Gets sliced. Gets hit with the butt of the sword. He gets hit with the handle of the sword. He's like, ah. And then as she's, had resting the sword on her shoulder, she's like, what happened? Oh, you think you're hot shit because you were able to take down some lowly demons. Yeah? You gotta be shitting me. Deku regrounds himself, gets nice and centered, and be like, all right, I see. Deku starts releasing ki and powering up a bit. Goes at her, trying to throw some hands. She's weaving it like she's fighting a 2-year-old. Which this Deku at this point in now, I think he's like 10, right? So this point in now, this dude is like, trying to like hit her with something. These kicks, he punch. Man, she said that's cute. She grabs the very tip of her blade, and somehow it's a long blade now. And then she's like, let me show you what true flames are like. Amaterasu. And he's like, wait, what? Deku immediately got into a defensive stand, but before he could do anything, all he heard was burn. Boom. Mass waves of flames came at this nigga, and he did not know how to act on this episode. So he was like, yeah, I can block this easy, right? Second, he said that to himself immediately. A big, brutish juggernaut nigga pulled up on this nigga. We're gonna call this nigga Juggernaut. Juggernaut pulled up on him and said, what, you thought this was a 1v1? He said, huh? Bam! Got hit so hard, nigga, you swear to God he got sent to a different anime on some damn Luffy, where we going type flow, right? He, bam, get curved. But he, instead of getting hit away, the dude grabbed him and like literally threw him into the flames. And boom. So he spent a good chunk of his time getting beat on and jumped on. These niggas were beating on this nigga for a whole year straight. It's actually longer, but let's get to it. So these 2 niggas was just folding up on this nigga for a year straight, right? Just barely leaving this nigga alive on some type shit, right? Nigga did not know how to feel about these episodes, right? And so he ready to train, so he training with these niggas, and he wondering what these other niggas in the background doing, like, damn, what they doing? He's like, you worried about the wrong thing right now, buckaroo. So eventually, Deku's, eventually catches up, right? And with this, mean big body training. And he eventually, gets his own swords forged, like his own little weapons and shit, right? He actually likes, I'm making him a little, have a little some meat in there, but he also likes the bow staff just because of what it can do. But he has to have a special bow staff because, if you have a regular wooden bow staff, it's just going to burn. So he was like, all right, bet. So he was like, I hate to do this, but the only way to fight y'all niggas is to do this. So what he does, right, is he activates his demon mode, or basically all it really is just him using his energy, right? And he's using like demonic like energy. And like he powers up and he's like, boom. He runs up on these niggas. He boom, boom, boom. Now he able to at least keep up with these niggas. I'm not saying he beating these niggas, but the brutish, Juggernaut just throwing these hell makers, big body type life ender flow. While the bitch with the sword, she coming through Ezra's like, boom, 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 hitting this nigga with flames. And he's like, all right, I'm sick of losing. So he tries to fight back, but he still loses, but he put up a fight this time, right? He's like, damn, they basically sitting down because they tired and Deku tired. So he's like, damn, all right. Normally, when everybody tired, that's when they stop, right? Nah, bro. A nigga in the black tuxedo pulls out and just be like, and this nigga's he's usually tall. This nigga is 6 feet, almost on some type of shit, right? He said, oh, you thought we were done? How precious. Deku looking up, huh? You thought we was done, little nigga? Nah, bro, we was just waiting for you to be good enough to at least keep up with them so we wouldn't kill you. And so one of the shadow figures, we're just gonna call him Slender Man, pulls up and he's just like, you've dealt with flames this whole time, but you've never embraced the darkness. And he's like, wait, what now? All you've seen is flames, but let me show you what absolute darkness looks like. And he's like, oh no. And then boom, shadows coming at this nigga left and right. This nigga had to get up, wake up, run away. Nigga had to weave, run, slide, dolphin dive, roll, barrel roll. Nigga was trying to weave with some malicious. He was like, all right, bet this nigga just trying to keep me away. Cool. So, he pulled out some, really bright flames. He said, all right, boom, spread them out everywhere. He's like, yeah, I got this. He said, that's cute. But true darkness consumes all. He said, huh? And then basically swallowed up the flames. And then the second he tried to do something, that nigga pulled up behind Deku from his shadow and just kicked this thing in the back of the head. And then started beating on this nigga. Just Deku said, oh, hell no. So he started trying to fight back. It was, futile because these niggas knew how to throw actual hands. They wasn't brawlers. So Deku and this nigga going at just good hands. Pimp slap. Deku getting flung back into a rocky. Before he could say anything, this nigga's already right at this nigga's neck meat, having his leg cocked back like it's a pistol or a shotgun. And but the end of his foot changed into a spike due to his shadows. And Deku said, huh? Boom. Deku was able to barely weave it, but that was the point. Because the second that happened, a kick was coming down from hell itself, no pun intended. And Deku said, oh. He said, shit, I got this. He weaves. He weaves the kick, but what happens is he jumps up in such a way using some flames to weave it, basically going to the left of a right kick, right? But that was the catch, right? Because the second he did that, a punch was coming. He weaved the punch, but by the time he did all that, a hand came right to his noggin and said, grabbed him. He said, I got you now. Deku couldn't get away because he hasn't had his hair cut in a minute. He said, uh-oh. Oh no. And this nigga started getting wailed on. On some Gohan in Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta flow, non-canon. Just started getting wailed on. Just knees, elbows. Just started wailing. Deku was just trying to put up a guard. Every time he do it, just get smacked down and just start beating on this. And Deku's not knowing what to do on this episode. He's like, fuck. So all he can do now is just power up and hopes he can just live today. He's like, boom. He just powers up and backs this nigga away. He's like, all right, I am not giving up. And you said that's cute, but let me show you what shadows really can do. He claps his hands together and said, no more games. Absolute darkness. That's all you hear. And then before that happens, two of the other niggas that's been lurking in the background just say, that's enough. Him. All right. Stops the move he was about to do. All right. It seems that the two other individuals pull up. It seems that you've improved quite well. You've learned and you've approached our techniques and fighting styles accordingly into your own. So now we will be the two that are training you. Come, let us show you how to crush your enemies and spare no mercy to no one. And it's like, and then like as they're walking to somewhere else, the slender Juggernaut and Elves are just on down right there, and they're just like, damn. If he thought what we was doing was bad, we was preparing that nigga for what's about to happen next. And then on the next part, we will explain what happened with I want to say the rest of the 4 to 3 years. Catch y'all niggas later. If y'all made it this far, McDonald's cup. Put it down. Like the video. Salt!